Hey folks, welcome back to EVO Studios. Today we are talking about all things ND filters. We're talking about the Polar Pro ND filters for your smartphone. Now I have this set up on the EVO Shift. I've been getting stunning visuals with this setup. The Polar Pro ND filters allow you to really dial in your settings when used in combination with a third-party app like the Filmic Pro app that allows you to lock down your shutter. Now why you want to do that is you want to have a native 180-degree shutter that allows for motion blur and will provide the most cinematic look. That is, unless you are going for kind of that what they call the Saving Private Ryan effect, where you have a higher shutter speed and you kind of get that jerky, almost gut-wrenching looking video that those kind of scenes are known for. For the most part, you're going to want to have that 180-degree shutter speed, and that's really hard to do without a third-party app or an ND filter. It's almost impossible to do in most lighting scenarios without an ND filter, especially if you're shooting outdoors. You're going to want to have a bunch of options, and thankfully Polar Pro provides those options. You have the Polar Pro starter pack. It comes with an ND8, ND16, ND32, which is on there right now. It's January here in Central Oregon, and I was out shooting a couple days ago, and there's a little snow on the ground, so I was a little blown out on the snow. It was kind of late in the day. When I pointed it out right at the sun, it was a little off, but you could tell from this video here that most of what I was shooting was properly exposed, and I was at that native shutter, so you can see it has a very cinematic look to it. I also went down to the beach to visit family over the holiday, and I was able to get out and shoot a little bit, and I was super impressed with the visuals that I took on my phone with the EVO Shift Gimbal. You know, you don't need any accessories to get great video out of the EVO Shift Gimbal. It's great just by itself. With whatever smartphone you're using, it will stabilize them all. It's a really great tool, especially when you consider the price point. But if you really want to up your game a little bit, get a bit more cinematic with it, the Polar Pro ND filter set balances perfectly on the Shift. No issues there. It's really lightweight, really minimalist. And as you can see, the glass is super high quality with these Polar Pro ND filters. They are glass, and they're kind of interesting how they have the glass exposed. You want to hold them by this upper tab here, and then they just slide in and out. I'll show you right here. Take the gimbal over here, and you can just slide this out so you're filming on the fly. Slide that guy out, and then if I wanted to put, here we got the ND8, and put this guy back in, make sure it's aligned properly. Oh, I put it in the wrong way there. Put it in this way. And the one thing you're going to want to note with these ND filters is you want to make sure that it's properly over the sensor so you don't get any vignetting. I did notice in a couple of my shots it wasn't perfectly over the center, and because the area where the glass covers isn't super big, it is pretty easy to be a little off one way or the other, so you have to be pretty precise with these, which is the one drawback I did notice. Also, because there are glass on the sides when you're handling the ND filters, there's not a lot of areas for you to put your hands and fingers, so you're going to want to have a lens cloth in case you get some fingerprints on there. Just wipe those down. But the Polar Pro ND filters, in conjunction with a third-party app like Filmic Pro, which we're going to get into in an upcoming video here. The Filmic Pro app is the go-to tool that we use whenever we're filming with smartphones, and it works great both with our EVO Shift and even better with our EVO Pro gimbal. A lot of compatibility there with our EVO Pro. But these ND filters, they're a game changer. So check out some of this footage. Let us know what you think in the comments. If you have any questions, you want to see any more content that we haven't already created for you guys, please let us know. We want to make that for you. Remember to keep it smooth and have a happy new year. Happy 2019. See you guys later.